Hi, I'm Baz, and today we're going to talk about the fastest way to grow your B2B SaaS using LinkedIn. There's 4 key pillars to the strategy. I'm going to talk through them briefly today, and then we're going to jump into Grow with Ghost and show you around, show exactly what you should be doing on there. So the first one is really about understanding your customer, understanding about what their pain points are and how your solution solves that. That's your ICP, their pain points, and the first thing we're going to do is create great content that talks to that pain point and the way that you solve it. That's going to be a fundamental pillar of everything that we do going forward. The second piece ties to that, but it's related to comments. So what we want to be doing is strategically engaging with comments across the market that you participate in. That means other prospect clients that you should be talking to, thought leaders in the space, other consultants. You should be seen to be everywhere, have an opinion and know what you're talking about, and be articulating that pain point and the solution that you have to it. So that's the second piece. The third one is a no-brainer. You should be tracking the conversations that your competitor are having, because oftentimes that's with prospect customers. So you want to be essentially stalking those through tracking intent signals, and we can do that inside Grow with Ghost. I'll show you in 2 seconds. And then the final piece, anyone that engages with your content, your competitors' content, or anything else across the space, we should be tracking those intent signals and following up with direct messaging that falls straight into their inbox at the right time. So first of all, let's dive into the tool and we'll continue the conversation there. Now, first of all, when you sign up for Ghost, it will ask you several questions. It's really going to want to build a persona about who you are, what you do, what your service is, who your customers are, their pain points and how you solve them. And we call that content strategy and persona inside the platform. So you can see here the target customers that I'm looking for, and then the pillars that it's built, which are the foundation of any content that it creates from this point forward. So you can see, in my case, it's all about B2B growth, sales and marketing using LinkedIn, turning thought leadership into revenue. And over here in Composer, the first part of that strategy was about building content that speaks to your ICP, their pain points and how you solve it. You can see those same content pillars. And what it will do here is it will write content for you that addresses your ICP and the pain points that they have. So in this particular case, I'm going to choose to get post ideas, but if you wanted, you could write a brief about a post, maybe just a meeting that you've just come out of. But get post ideas will scan other recent posts that we've seen across the LinkedIn platform. We actually analyze 10,000 posts per week, and any of the top themes and content pieces that come across, we can archive those and then make them relevant, rewrite them for your audience. So in this particular case, it's written a brief around how B2B companies struggle to get the potential out of LinkedIn. You can see here it's going to match my voice. In this case, use Claude for the content generation, and then it's going to go out, scan all the previous posts, look at the sentence structure, the performance of those posts, and write you a post that's going to perform well on LinkedIn. Very different to what ChatGPT does, where it just kind of spews out, a generic response. It's going to be very specific to your business because it knows a lot about your profile. You can also do a performance analysis, and we've got a scoring mechanism that's got 4 or 5 key points to it. How good the hook, proof points, authenticity, value articulation and actionability, which is the call to action. All of this is editable, so at any point you can refine that, change particular wording, make the post sound like it comes from you, and then schedule that to go out. And I post every day now on LinkedIn, 7 days a week, because it takes less than 5 minutes per post, 20 or 30 minutes, you got your whole week sorted, and that's your content scheduler. The second part I mentioned is engagement. You can see I've done 104 replies in the last few weeks on here. The reason that we've built this engagement hub is that instead of doom scrolling on LinkedIn, trying to find content that's relevant that might meet your ideal client base, the engagement hub, we've built a watch list, or you build a watch list in here, and it basically tracks anytime any of these people post and shows that specifically in a timeline in the feed. So no algorithm, literally if your target customer posts, you see their content, you can reply to it, and it suggests a reply. So it shows you the original post below, you can scroll down, read it, get a kind of gist of what it's about. Hopefully by the time you come back up, generated responses here, and you can refine this as you wish. And then as you click copy and post, it takes that post, puts it on your clipboard, opens the post on LinkedIn, and allows you to copy and paste the response into the comment box below. So the idea here is we are now creating daily posts that talk to your ICP, and then we're engaging with their posts so that you look visible across all of those channels in a really quick, smooth, strategic workflow. The next piece of the puzzle is engagement sources. And I said this is one of the fastest ways to grow in B2B, is to track people that are engaging with the comments of your competition, and then reach out to those people with great content and engagement and direct messages. So in this case, I've got a bunch of different people that I follow. Every week it rescans and finds the new people that have been talking to these individuals. I've got different thought leaders like Simon Hoiberg, SaaS B2B YouTuber. Everyone that engages with his content are other B2B founders, and they're the kind of people I want to be working with. So I track people that engage with Simon, and then those people come down into campaigns. Now, campaigns are sequences of messages. They go out, first of all, with a message invite, a request invite to request, sorry. And then if people accept the invite, 24 hours later, they're sent the first message. If they don't reply, they're sent a subsequent message, and they get 3 days later a subsequent message. You can define all of those sequences in the message sequence area here. And you can see I've got a sequence of an invite and 3 follow-up messages. So these particular campaigns are running. They're rescanned every week. What that means is I get a flood of people into my inbox every day that are either replying saying, no, time is not right, maybe another time, or that's great, let's have a demo, hop on and talk through the solution. And really, quite quickly, you can see how we've understood your client, prospect client. We're talking to them with great content. We're engaging with them in comments. We're looking like we're everywhere on LinkedIn. And then when they're active and they're engaging with competitors' posts, we're outreaching to them and talking to them about our solution in a timely manner. It's completely different to running outbound messaging off of a list, because most lists of people, those people are not active. They're not here. They're not in market right now. Whereas these people, we're scanning, we're saying that they saw posts last week, and we're hitting them with that timely message. You can see down here, I'm getting reply rates up to like 60-70% because it's very well timed, very well targeted, and we're sending a message that we know is relevant if they're investigating tools. So yeah, quick, brief intro. growwithghost.io. Be more than happy to talk to you. You can reach out directly to me on LinkedIn. I'm Baz, and it's been great speaking to you.